Hot damn.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Contest of Speed. We are back after our break week. We are at France. It's EU3 and it is round 7. Luckily, the stream hadn't started yet, whilst me and Shane were too busy talking, because some of the things we wouldn't be able to repeat. But there we go. Shane is alongside me, and you're happy now, aren't you?
That's true. I do be here alongside you, yeah. That would be deemed correct. But let's say, ladies and gentlemen, we are here again for the fun part of the season this time. We have 6 of the better tracks coming up. If the inconsistent game doesn't screw you.
We'll see what happens. Wet conditions in qualifying at the moment. I think it's just about to dry out. It has stopped raining, so the track will be getting drier at some point. People getting in some wet running. They may need that in the race. They may need it. Who knows? We have 13 drivers. Sebastian Vettel, that's on my
Why is Vettel on the screen?
I have no idea.
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to work out who that is.
Maybe it is just Sebastian Vettel. I haven't thought about that.
Whoever's in the Alpha Tauri? Who's in the Alpha Tauri on your screen? Is it Seb Vettel?
Red Mask is in it.
It is Red Mask. So for some reason, Red Mask has turned into Seb Vettel. Hopefully, he can produce a prime Seb Vettel performance then. The 13 drivers. Escobar, who those that have been around it, was here before. It's not Escobar, it is Fragnista, who's got himself banned on his main PSN account. Yes, I've just outed him, Shane. What you going to do about it?
Nothing.
Exactly.
People should know, shouldn't they? Anyway,
I haven't told the people that have done the standings, so they're going to completely freak out when they see this.
Anyway, yeah, we got France today. Of course, if it's raining, probably less of a fun track. We've got another fun track probably next week. I know Spa's coming up in a couple of weeks.
I'm going to have to contain him, ladies and gentlemen. But Shane's going to be bouncing off the walls next week.
I'm just happy that we are in the front part. Wait, next week? Hold on, let me check the calendar. Is it next week already?
Yeah, it's next week, I think. I believe so, it's next week.
Oh, I thought it was like
nope.
a few weeks.
No, it is next week. Next week we are at Belgium.
Ooh, hell yeah.
So there'll be one happy Belgium in the commentary box, which will be fantastic.
Now watch me not show up next week.
He's been banging on about it all season. Every single week we've been on commentary, and he's
That's because it would be my first time at Spa.
It would be quite fun if you weren't there. Some big news I've seen in the Twitch chat. Fragnista has slightly redeemed himself. He's subscribed at 2-1 for 5 months, and he's currently on a 2-month streak. What a guy! So thank you for that. And three Rock with the follow. 3 Rock is Twitch Storms. That is a name change. It's still the same person. That was the other thing I forgot to
Damn, I need
tell you.
I need someone to gift me a sub on someone's channel, bro.
We'll see what will happen about that. Cornish Mantis has got himself up to second.
We've got the Dutch Grand Prix in a couple of weeks. I had them changed up. Belgium and the Netherlands.
We're looking forward to it either way. I know.
Yeah, of course.
Next week is a big race for some people, and then obviously a few weeks' time when we head to Zandvoort, that's going to be a big race for a lot of guys in this league. We've got quite a big Dutch contingent.
I mean, of course, I gotta see my guy and my boy Frank Easter duel next week. If not, I'm really disappointed. And you don't want to disappoint me, let me tell you that.
No, we don't want to disappoint Shane at all.
No, you don't want that.
Red Mask is going to complete his up. DRS, if you haven't noticed, has been enabled, so we are expecting the guys to be on the soft/medium tyre. But I guarantee you most of them will be on the soft tyre.
Probably. Oh shit! I am not been looking at anything at the moment.
That's fine.
I have just been looking at a car in the pits.
Sometimes that's all you need. It's peaceful. Championship standings. We should talk about that as we've been on a break. I've got to go in, and hopefully it works now. That'd be quite fun. I believe it is the two brothers that are top of the table at the moment. That would be Two Spell Wizard and Tichy. In fact, they are. Oh, it's been rearranged and sorted. What a world! So,
I have an Alpine spinning. Tichy.
That's Tichy.
Yeah,
Two Spell Wizard is currently leading the championship, Shane. He has got 80 points from his 5 races that he's raced in.
Wait, who?
Two Spell Wizard leads the way in the championship. 80 points. 80 points. Tichy is second on 65, so there's a 15-point difference.
Oh, okay, 80. Okay, 50. I thought 80 points.
Boy, if he leads by 80 points, this game over. Cygate 59, J-Ray 53, so we have a top 4 that's sort of broken away. J-Ren's on 33, Shamrock is also on 33, but he's only done 2 races because he's joined the last 2 races, so I would expect him to probably bridge the gap between himself and the top 4. Also on 33 points is X427, so we've got 3 drivers on 33. 27 for Steve, Brado Foxy 25, Ami 19, Tyner 16, Blade 16, Tim Man 14, Fragnista on 9, 3 Rock on 8, Tebow 4, Mantis 1. Surprisingly, Shane, because we have 19 drivers in the championship at the moment, Red Mask on 0, Spud also on 0.
Spud, no surprise to me.
Red Mask is one that shocks me a bit.
Wait, on 0 points?
Has not got a single point all season.
Huh?
I know.
That sounds like it's not correct. I've seen him finish in the points, right? Or is it? Or am I just?
He has 15th on the fastest lap. He dumped at USA. He then was 12th in Portugal, and he was dumped in Mexico. He's only done 4 rounds.
Oh, I don't. Huh? Why, yo?
I know.
I swore maybe he's gotten like penalties after the race, like steward
Possibly.
decisions, because I swear he has finished inside the top 10.
I've just seen someone in the chat. Hi, Rosa. Hi.
Rosa Sky.
Rosa is here.
Rosa better be sky high.
Oh. Who knows if he's sky high? Hope all is well, young sir. As we see a couple of spinners, Two Spell Wizard spun on his first open up. Tricky corners around this track, Shane. I would go with turn 1 and 2. It's quite difficult to get right.
Yes, definitely. It is even more difficult on ACC. I struggled a lot.
And then I would also say, I think it's turn 7. Yeah, turn 7. So going on to the DRS, turn 6, exit at turn 6, and going to turn 7. Waiting to put the power down as we go down the DRS straight, and then other than that, not really too much. Just the slow corner of 12, where you probably lose the rear end if you're trying to carry too much speed. But other than that, the track itself fairly simple in theory. Yes, the sky's high. Yep,
yes, the sky. But I mean,
I would say so as well. Me being the same height as Rosa is, yeah.
That would be deemed as factual.
That is factual.
He ain't lying, ladies and gentlemen.
Red Mask is currently top 4 of AM3, which is...
Hey, yo, you know, now that qualifying isn't over yet, I really need to hit the toilet. I forgot to.
That's right, you go. Qualifying isn't over, but I will go.
Floor.
Red Mask leads away 31.5. T-Rock on a 33.2. Who else is on a flying lap? Tichy is currently 51.1. I'd rather make the cure as well. I miss that track. I like it quite a bit. Tichy goes through turn 11 and turn 12. Take a wide line before you straighten up the corner for turn 13. Into turn 14. Tyres will just about be touching the overheating range at this point. Good exit out the last corner. DRS enabled for the second time, and it will be a 31.6 for Tichy. Who else? Let's go on to board with the house of Fragnista. Fragnista is going to finish his lap. Nope, that's an out lap, so he's going to be starting. There is a wizard who's 4 tenths slower than Tichy through middle sector. Only does a 32.8. Tree Rock does a 33.2. It's Shamrock is going to come to the line. This looks like it's going to go close to pole. And it is pole. It pips Red Mask by a tenth of a second. The Aston Martin of Cornish Mantis has invalidated, unfortunately. Lap times will be finishing now, so we'll be coming into the pits. Brando Foxy invalidated. It's not particularly going to be useful for him. Escobar Sygate's finishing his lap. He's on a 50.7, so that's going to look like that's going to put him on pole position at the moment, because that is significantly ahead. Oh, very slow final sector by the looks of things. Sneaky Tom going to drive up towards the line, and he does a 31.1 from Dutchman. Who is next? It's going to be X427 who has invalidated. Fragnista is finishing his lap, and he's going to.
My headset.
That's all right. Fragnista then does a 31.7. The Wizard is coming across the line and will go again, and he's done a 33.7. And then Tree Rock will come across, improves to the 32.4, and that will conclude qualifying for EU3. Some very
nice,
interesting times. The time I want to have a look at is Sygate. Sygate was up on Tichy in particular in the middle sector by 4 tenths, and yet finished 2 tenths behind him. I say 2 tenths, tenth and a bit behind him.
Tenth and a bit.
In fact, I'm going to pull that up so we can see that, because I'm going to have a quick look. He has done a 40.0, and Tichy has done a 41. So he did a 41.0. In the final sector, Tichy did a 40.5, so that's why he lost all that time. Sneaky Tom grabbed the pole position in the McLaren by a couple of attempts. Shamrock second, Red Mask third, and it's quite close actually, all the way down to 7th. Tichy 4th, Jero 5th, Fragnista 6th, Sygate 7th, and then Tree Rock done a 32.4, and then the 2 Ferraris and the Mantis who didn't get in a valid time on the softs. Same for Brando Foxy, and Spud either crashed or retired. We missed that at the start, towards the start of the session. Should be very interesting race, Shane, with what's about to come down.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. I have a feeling many points will be up for... Oh, there it is. There it is.
There is what?
There it is. Rain.
Oh, it's raining?
It is raining.
Now I can see. Yes, I see the rain.
It is raining. Doesn't look to be too heavy at the moment.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, it is going to dry up at some point, but we don't know when. It's the great thing about it.
Okay.
So we may see the dry tyres, but it may be towards the end of the race, which would be very interesting because it may lead, I think, to a 2-stop race.
Oh.
But we're just guessing. Really. If we're being honest. Send your predictions in as always, whilst we have a look at the tyres, although the tyres aren't going to be very useful because they're all probably going to be on the same. For a second there, I thought the formation lap wasn't on. That scared the life out of me. Tyres. Yeah, could you imagine? All in intermediates, as expected at this stage. So it should be very interesting. A couple of retirements means everybody gets points tonight because of the reduced grid size. Let's have a look at the... That's not particularly very helpful. There it is. So the constructor standings at the moment, Ferrari lead the way on 113 points. Red Bull on 85, and then a very interesting battle. Haas is on 70, Mercedes 60, Alpine on 65, Williams are on 52, and McLaren are on 53. So they're all quite close together, actually, at midfield. By the way, fair play to J-Ray in the McLaren, because he's basically not had a teammate all season.
Your teammate?
J-Ray's not had a teammate since round 2.
Mm.
Yeah, I know. So that's very good going. And with all that waffle that I've just spoken, we've managed to get ourselves back to the starting grid. Lap times then, if we saw a 1:31.1 in qualifying, I reckon lap times are going to be into the mid 1:40s during the race.
That might very well be the case.
Strap yourselves in, people.
Yes, if you can do this first part, I'm going to give me 1 or 2 minutes and we'll be here.
Okay. 4, 5 lights. We'll wait for the revs to build, as always. And it's lights out and away we go around France. EU3 is underway and it's a relatively even start, although Redmaster has got an absolute blinder already up to first from his starting position on the grid. It's third. Down the inside as we go into turn 1, the McLaren and the Red Bull contact. Got a bit out of shape again. Oh, and he's hit the Alfa Romeo. Sort of just kept it 3 or 4 wide as we go further back. McLaren side by side as we turn into turn 4 and 5.
Oh, almost 3 wide into turn 4 with Tichy, Fragnister and Tuspel. No, it's Dan. Oh.
What a start
the
from...
inside of the rock. Fragnister lose the back end.
What a start from Red Mask. Unbelievable start. Speaking
Fragnister's gonna... Oh, red...
Oh, that's
I'm not sure if he got hit by Brando Foxy or not, but we will have a safety car. And did Fragnis just overtake Dan under safety car?
I have no idea, but the fact they're going side by side possibly means there's something that has occurred there.
Possibly.
By the way, speaking of starts, spud up 6 places to 6th already, Shane. The great start. The biggest losers are Tichy and Fragnista and Sneaky Tom from pole. Sygate up 4 as well. Be interesting to see if anyone comes into the pits to get rid of any damage, possibly between the McLaren and the Red Bull, I would have thought, because they banged wheels several times in that opening exchange. But everybody seems to be hopefully staying out. Nope, there's one. There's always one. 427 into the pits for an early stop. Let's see if there is a change of front wing. The answer is no, just a change of tyres.
No damage fixed at the moment. We are under safety car conditions, so yeah, here we are, just sitting and waiting.
Unfortunately, still no TAS. TAS is not available. So we don't know, we're just going off the old-fashioned, can we see any damage on the cars? No, then there's no damage. Although I'd be amazed if the Red Bull Sygate and the McLaren and Sneaky Tom got away without a smidge of damage, because that was a hefty whack through the opening exchange. I'm concerned about the weather for Wednesday, Shane, if I'm being honest.
The weather for... Oh yeah, you have to drive on this. It's only teaching like that.
No, that makes no sense. How does that work? Predictive pit stop strategy says it could be a 1-stop or a 2-stop on the intermediate tyres. We know it's definitely... Well, so in that case then, Shane, that kind of confirms it's definitely going to be a 2-stop then at this race. As the intermediates could do half race distance if they wanted to.
Yeah, no, that is that.
Safety car will come in the next lap. Thank goodness.
Already? That was a fast safety car.
Yeah,
I mean, the field was still pretty...
the field's still...
So
yeah, exactly. The field is still
spread out.
together. No, indeed. We can see what the lap time is. Going again. Cycling intermediates, okay, interesting. From Mr. X427. Shane, I think we've just done a 2 minute and 15 second lap behind the safety car, so that shows you the speed they're going at. Electrifyingly quick. Not. That's a question I can ask you, Shane. I need your opinion.
Ask me, ask away.
Deathstorm said Magnicure, he prefers that one. Do you prefer that or this Tarmac Paradise?
Wait, so I'm choosing between Manicore or Paul Ricard, right?
Yeah, Paul Ricard. Right? Paul Ricard to host the French Grand Prix.
Oh, as for an F1 Grand Prix?
Yeah, for an F1 Grand Prix, which one would be best?
Oh, okay, no, because if it was in general, yeah, no, I do prefer Manicourt over this one, but I think for the F1 cars, I think Manicourt is not a good track for F1 cars. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna keep it at buck. Manicourt is not a good track for F1 cars. If they change the track, maybe, but I think for F1 cars this is better, but in general I do like Manicourt.
Yeah, I think probably better to race around in terms of getting actual race. Manicourt, I think it's better to drive, if that makes sense.
Not really. Manicourt, I mean, I saw Manicourt last year. There was no Manicourt, or was there? I don't know. But 2 years ago, when I saw Manicourt in the GT World Challenge, was pretty exciting, to be honest.
And it looks like
we are gonna get back on the way.
Yeah, well, it looks like he was going to go there, Red Mask, but he's now held back a little bit longer, which is a little bit interesting. Shamrock needs to remember he can't drive completely alongside him because it's the Max Verstappen rule. And he's gone past him, but I think that'll be before the line, so Shamrock's got the jump, but that could be, I think that's going to be investigated straight away, Shane.
Yeah. I mean, I would, that's for sure. I see J. Ray getting past Spud. I'm seeing Fragmister under attack by Tichy, and Dan just sends it down. Dan is really...
Dan is lagging quite badly, yeah. Spud and Two Spell. Oh, there's a lot of swapping about. Sneaky Tom, and it's the McLarens and the Aston Martin, and then everybody else. Sneaky Tom coming too. Is that off the road? It is. Sneaky Tom. Oh, Brando Foxy's dropped. Oh, please don't. Please don't. Please. J Ray and Two Spell. Tokyo drifting. Absolute chaos. Shamrock's pulled in the 1.8 second lead to Red Mask. But from what we've seen, he's going to be possibly in a bit of trouble because it's before the start-finish line. Cygate has gone. Well, I say he's been dropped. He's just pulled a couple of attempts back to Red Mask. And then it is everybody else that is going to follow him. Remember, DRS is not active at the moment. It is wet conditions. I'll be amazed if no one comes into pits after that opening round. Opening up. And no one's coming to the pits. We shall continue on.
I bet. Oh, I'm still having, like, Dan is still rubber banding, but he is on the back of Fragmister, and I don't think he's too far. I do think he's too far back to get past.
Whoa! God, he looks like he was sending that somewhere.
Okay, Shamrock in first again, and he's driving away with it 2 seconds.
He's 2 seconds up the road, indeed. I'm going to jump on board because I think Two Spell's going to try and get past J-Ray here, or feint to go past him. J-Ray runs a little bit deep. Debatable, Rosa. I think he overtook before the... Well, I think there's a couple of infringements by Mr. Shamrock, possibly. Not only did he drive alongside the car, which you can't do under the Max Verstappen rule of 2021.
Yes. I love how they just found out that rule after, what was it, Jeddah?
It was Abu Dhabi, the finale, because he literally drove alongside Hamilton for the entire of the...
Oh, I thought it was after Jeddah, Leclerc.
And he then... And then obviously, and the other thing is probably overtaken for the start-finish line, because the start-finish line isn't there, it's further down, it's like...
Yeah,
it's a bit weird at France, it's not, the start-finish line isn't where the grid is.
No,
if you know what
no,
I mean.
that is correct. Also, the timing line at the French Grand Prix is not where the finish line is.
No.
The timing line and the finish line are two completely different lines. But the Wizard here in a pretty McLaren sandwich.
Yes, he went to go around the outside of J-Ray on the last corner, got pushed to the side. J-Ray's out of shape though through 6 and 7. He's had to cut the corner, so that'd be a warning. Two-Spelt then is seeking his advantage. I knew I was going to get criticised. Thanks, Death Storm. Shane, you were right. Congratulations.
Yes, I was right about
the Max Verstappen rule as Spud and Mantis go side by side. No, they don't. Oh, and X427's gone as well.
Oh, Spud Brown?
Yeah, came together with Mantis. From what I saw, the Alpine didn't really leave the Aston Martin as much room as what he thought. But again, that's my opinion. I haven't seen the footage, so don't hold me to it. It does mean there's a gap. Two-Spell's got past J-Ray, who... Oh. J-Ray, I think, could be quicker, but he needs to try and keep that back end in check. Of that McLaren looks a bit loose.
Yeah, but he's not the only one. The Haas previously also looking pretty loose of Fragnister at the start race. Definitely on lap 1 I saw him lose the back end. So I think there's multiple people here a bit struggling in the rain. Could that possibly be because their setup is set up the way that maybe it's gonna get dry later on and they want to be able to fight in the dry, have a dry setup, and that's why they're struggling possibly?
To gain more advantage during the dry period than gaining advantage during the wet period. Correct.
Yes. I
would agree. So I got down the inside of Red Mask. But this will be...
Spud's gone again.
Hopefully he's kept out of the wall.
The Wizard got past J-Ray, I totally missed that.
Yeah, let's see if Target can catch or make inroads into Shamrock. It could be very interesting to see how that works out. I know it's painful for Spud at this point, but if he can try and stay in the race, there is only 11 drivers, so points could be up for grabs. Fragnister is stuck behind the other Alpine of Tichy in P8, and these guys kind of getting cut adrift along with Mantis from everybody else.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we've got a little bit of a train here behind the side gate. Oh, the Wizard, he is going down inside of Red Mask, but that's straight line speed on Red Mask car. There he goes, because the red light is flashing, so barely any ERS, but yet he still manages to pull in front. And he's gonna go for it again. He has the outside for turn 2, and they're gone.
They've both kind of spun but didn't spin. That was always going to happen, in my opinion.
So we could clearly see they banged wheels, and I think that was what caused the cars to go round.
A beautiful pirouette. J-Ray out of shape, and Sneaky Tom goes down the inside of his teammate. J-Ray out of shape again through turn 6. Doesn't really like 6 and 7. He runs wide as a result and picks up a deserved penalty because of his creative lines through those two corners. That's been coming. Shamrock, whilst everybody's fighting, Chain pulled out 1.7 seconds to the likes of Red Mask on that last lap alone.
J-Ray picked up a penalty though in the lead. The Wizard has lost out to both McLarens after his little spin with the Red Mask.
So he's going to have to overtake the McLarens again. Already done it once this race.
Yeah. So I hope he can do it again. Red Mask did fall back to about 3.5 seconds, and he now has a little train behind him with Mantis, Tichy, and Fragnister. And we see Dan is also coming along. He's 2 seconds back now. I think he's going to make up that time.
That's that's really helped Tichy out because these guys were a little bit off at Mantis, and now they're only about a second. Although the Alpine looks to be understeering through the corners, which isn't particularly very helpful. Gaps the lead only stretched out to 1.2 seconds that time around, so we'll keep an eye to see how much Shamrock is pulling away from everybody else. But we've got some interesting battles, really. I would say anywhere down from 2nd to 10th could be in here if there's a mistake.
Ooh, one of the McLarens, I think that's J-Ray, going very wide, and now he has the Wizard all over the back of him, and he's getting past. That's how quickly it goes. Intermediate tires, ladies and gentlemen. Oh wait, the red light isn't flashing because of
No.
the DRS. It's raining. That oh my god.
It's your rain light.
I feel stupid now.
That's why I've got the. That's why I've got all the telemetry and that enabled, so I don't make that mistake, so I can actually see the percentages. Easy one. But that's right. They're not flashing green, so there's no novices here apparently. Yeah, 3/10 at the moment on this lap, so, but it seems just to be on this last sector in particular where Cygate isn't able to keep tabs with our leader. And he's done very well considering his ERS when he got into second was 33%. He's now up to 60%, so been saving that battery quite nicely to those around him. J-Ray is on the attack, Shane. The Wizard just drives it round the outside of him to keep the lead.
Yeah, so Spud with the fastest lap of the race. He's outside the points. I wanted to ask, does ERS recharge faster in the rain, or because you drive differently in the rain than you do in the dry, right?
You can utilise it more, I find. So yes, in short terms, yes, you can. So it can just regenerate quicker. It's just having.
Okay, so it does work like that.
Yeah. I suppose if you do more braking and lifting and coasting, I suppose through corners, because you're waiting to get down the power, I suppose that's how it does it. I mean, Shamrock's just managed to gain 8% already on this lap, even more now. And it's a track where you need it, considering you really only got a couple of opportunities to overtake where the DRS zones are, with going down into turn 1 and then going into the chicane of 8 and 9, unless you're feeling particularly brave by making an overtake through turn 10. We have seen that in the past. Fragnista with 3-second time penalties, so the time penalties are coming in.
Well, I just had a beautiful camera shot.
Is it a helicopter?
Onto the main straight. No, it was just a stationary camera watching the main straight from the final corner, and I just saw one by one them turning in, forming one perfect train. Just one rear wing after the other.
Cygate's making a train, and so is Two Spell, who's on the back of the other McLaren of Sneaky Tom. J-Ray has just dropped off these two. And Red Moss isn't able to draw in that gap between himself and the top 5. Spud has spun, but not in the wall, which is good news. Sitting down comfortably now with my laptop in front of me. We're waiting for, well, we're waiting for two things really. We're waiting, first of all, for the rain to stop. And the second one, is anyone going to come and pit on the intermediate tyres?
Is the rain going to stop though?
The rain is scheduled to stop.
Pitting.
And we don't know when. J-Ray is in the pits, so someone has pulled the trigger already.
But is it for dries?
It will be for intermediates. I'll put the tyres on.
It is in fact for inters. Damn. When is the rain gonna stop though? Because like,
it is
for a second set of inters.
It is scheduled. It was 2 segments of light rain.
So probably near the back of the race.
And it is light cloud for the last segment. So don't forget we've also had a safety car. So it means the rain will probably stop a little bit earlier than expected. Probably about, I reckon, 10 laps to go would be my guess. Somewhere around that. So probably about lap 17 or 18 the rain should stop. The question would be, will the track then be dry enough? We don't know.
No, but I mean, will the track be dry enough before the last lap? I don't know, but I remember one time I was driving a race in Australia at Melbourne, and it was everyone pitted for, so it started raining near the end of the race. Some people pitted 2 laps before the end, and most people pitted on the last lap. The last lap of the race, people pit. And the second McLaren is in as well. So people pit on the last lap of the race. What do? I just finish the last lap on my hard tires or soft tires, I don't know. I just stayed on my dry tires because why pit on the last lap? But it was horrendous to drive in that amount of rain.
Sneaky Tom is in, so both the McLarens have to come in.
I did point that out. Is he on the inters? Yes,
he is on the intermediates.
Yes.
Now we've got a train from...
Oh, the same strategy. They are pretty much on the same strategy.
Oh, Rosa, that's funny. It's Shane, it's not even Thomas. Whoops.
Did I get mistaken for Thomas?
Yeah, I don't know whether you want to take that as a compliment or insult. It's up to you.
Oh no, I don't mind. Probably just the Dutch accent, even though I don't know. There's not much accent in my English, is there?
No.
That's what I thought.
Just outed him as well. He's not happy. We've got a train, Shane, all the way down now from Redmast down to X427.
I did see the train, but look at Dan. Dan is all over the back of Tichy, and he wants to get past. As actually, Frank Nisa has gotten past Porsche Mantis. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. It's just starting to get a little bit, ever so slightly, a little bit lighter out there, I think.
I don't know. You must have better eyes than me because I'm not seeing it.
I'm just more optimistic more than anything. Because I think if we had DRS at this stage, this would be... It's quite a good fight at the moment. I would think the fight would be even better. But no one is... Oh, he's apologised, Shane.
That wasn't needed. Come on.
He's called you rapid, so I don't know don't know where he's seen that. Shane, rapid in the same sentence? Nah. Two-spell and Sidegate going through turn 6. Two-spell is into P2. Now, has
Two-spell is on the move. He's doing great,
well, the question
Shamrock is very far ahead.
Yeah, Shamrock opened it up to 6.8. It's just kept going up for a little bit. Not as big as what I first feared the gap was going to be. Can the Wizard try and close this gap down? Let's see what the Ferrari's pace is. Now it's been unleashed by the Red Bull. There's a gap. There's a split in the train. And it seems to be the Mantis that is causing this split in the train. from P4 down to P8.
Yes. So, can the Wizard close down the gap, do you think?
Well, he's got it down to 6.4 seconds already.
And he's only just gotten past Saigate.
Yeah. Now, the other thing is, we've had two people pit. And
yeah, but he's building the gap to Saigate as well. He's always got him outside the DRS, not that that matters, because there's no DRS.
And the guys that have pitted are now 28 seconds off the lead.
Yes, but are they faster? What are they setting better lap times than the guys on the old times?
We'll keep an eye on the gap. The gap to look for is between Sneaky Tom and X427. Wizard has responded to our question, Shane, and he has pumped in the fastest lap of the race. So
5.9 seconds it is.
It looks like the Inter's still the tyre to be on, and to answer our second question, Sneaky Tom has just put in the fastest lap of the race on his new intermediates. So, who knows what's going to happen? Gap is 5.6 seconds. Both the top two on similar ERS levels as well, so can't make that differential. Spud is...
So, go ahead.
There was a yellow flag. Spud was off, but he's not spun it. He's just...
No,
he was just off.
So, I have been looking at lap times of the last two laps from both Shamrock, the Wizard, Sneaky Tom and J-Ray, and all four of them are actually... lap times are just the same. So fresh or old Inters does not really matter.
44.6 that time for Shamrock, a 43.5 for Wizard. Oh, how very exciting. He is closing it down. You have to ask the question, Shane, what if he didn't have the collision with Red Mask and he wasn't tucked up behind everybody for so long?
Oh, I think, I don't know if he would have been there already, but the gap would be a lot less than 4.7. That's a guess. That's a gap I'm willing to take.
Sorry, I'm just going to head back to the train.
That's what I have been doing the whole time. I've just been checking out anything on the telemetry.
Spud has pitted. He's gone.
And he's getting past Tichy, and he has done it.
Yeah, Tichy probably got out of shape. The fact he's already 3 tenths ahead of Tichy going down the straight would suggest Tichy made a little bit of a mistake. Spud's come in and put on the intermediate tyres, which is an interesting choice. It is still raining. J-Ray, 3 second time penalty. Gap is 4.4 seconds. It looks to be that the Wizard is a bit better through this last sector of the track than Shamrock. This seems to be where he's gaining most of his time, although he's not had a great last little bit there. Shamrock did a 44.1, the Wizard did a 43.8, so 3 tenths that time round. Closing that in. We are waiting for the rain to stop. It is forecasted to stop. I did double check it. If it isn't, I'm not going to be happy. J-Ray 43.4.
We're on lap 17 out of 27, and the rain is still here, ladies and gentlemen.
It is. I've not had a message from him shouting at me, saying that the race weather is wrong. So
Who? Dan or?
No,
Really?
usually if something's wrong, the guys in the tier chat would be like, "Oh, it's not right." Oh. But they've not done that. More the drivers than anything else. But
so if they see the announcement and then whatever happens in the lobby, I guess.
Yeah.
Or are there people who would actually, you know, how funny would it be if people actually check out the weather themselves? They see the announcement pop up, and then they add the admin saying like, "Oh, the weather's wrong for tonight."
That would be a thing, wouldn't it? That involves effort, and
I'm just gonna. Yeah, you're right. That does involve effort.
Gap between Two Spell and Shamrock is pretty much the same as the gap between Two Spell and Sidegate now. 4 seconds is the gap between the top two, and it is slowly coming down.
Let me tell you something. The Wizard wants that first place. He wants more points. He wants the championship win.
Well, if he sees his brother Titchy down in 8th place at the moment.
Yeah, but they're not teammates, so he shouldn't care. Okay?
No, but it's a sibling rivalry, and if you've had a sibling, you know what
I do
like.
have a sibling, and he's annoying as it is. So...
Exactly. Now you see where it's coming from.
Oh, I just don't care about him. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, like, I always say this to him, like, whatever he does with his life are his choices, and he doesn't have to tell me everything, because I don't care. Whatever he does, he does. What I do, I do. Okay? You know, we both do our own thing. Go ahead, do what you want. If it ends up exploding in your face, it's not my problem. You cause it yourself. That's...
Properly love
the world is harsh, my friend. The world is harsh.
The world is harsh. The race has been harsh on one person in particular at the moment. Spud's down in 11th. Still,
aren't Spud's races always harsh? No disrespect to Spud. But
Spud had a flying start. I was up to 6th, and then since the race started,
but he never seems to. Oh, Redmoss looking all out of shape. I wouldn't be surprised if Fragnista's gonna pick up another position here in a bit.
They're all waiting, aren't they? They're all chomping at the bit. Redmoss, notoriously known for his tyre saving capabilities, but also now his ERS capabilities. Shane, he's on 98%. Does he touch the overtake button, or does he like to make his life difficult?
I know, Fragnista's on 75, so that's still...
He's touched the button! Down to 90.
Fragnista's on 75, 71, I can't see correctly. Hold on, let me pull it up. It is on 75.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not that much of a difference. I think they're both going to be just fine.
Titchy dropped off the back of these over 2 seconds. He's now pulled it back in under 2 seconds. And 1.5 seconds is the gap. The front two that time round, last lap, matched each other. So Shamrock seems to have been able to respond to the Wizards' mini attack. As he's currently...
4.1 is the gap, so it is stabilising.
Yes, he's currently, though, Shane, this is the interesting thing. He's currently pumped in the fastest, his personal best middle sector, and do you know why that is?
He's using ERS?
Nope, it is not raining.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right, correct, I see it now. The rain, the track is still wet, but the rain has stopped falling.
The rain has stopped falling. Spud has just done a 42.2 on the last lap, so I presume he's just dumped a whole lot of ERS into that lap to take fastest lap away. Gap is down to 3.8 seconds. Shamrock 43.4 that time, and Wizard has done a 43.5, so it's about the same at the moment. We've still got this train down from where Red Moss is down, all the way down to the McLaren boys who have joined the back of this queue. Mantis is in the pits.
That's why.
Well, the McLarens have pitted, interestingly, and now caught the back of this group, and Mantis is on the soft tyre. What a hero. We're going to see if it's a bold decision or a silly decision.
So Red Mask still managed to stay ahead of Fragnister, but when are the guys gonna pit? Do you think if Fragnister pulls the undercut, do you think it will work? Or what do you say?
He will have to pull it. I don't know. This Aston Martin looks a bit twitchy. We're on board with him at the moment.
I don't know, Fragnister, maybe pit now or next lap if Saiga.
It's too early, it's not dry enough, he's really struggling through turn 6.
Oh, yeah, no. So maybe not this lap. Well, I mean, we still have half a lap to go, but it's gonna keep drying up.
It depends, some tracks dry out really quickly on this game. Singapore is a track where the downpour can happen very quickly. Brazil is a track where you can have a bit of rain on it, like drizzle, but you can still be out on the soft or on the dry tyres for a very long time. Me and Lewis experienced that in a race before. This looks like a track where it's going to take a little bit of time to dry out. BK, quali was interchangeable conditions. They had the last 4-5 minutes to get a soft run in. So the quali time was a 31.1. They were able to put together as they literally basically only had one shot at it, pretty much. Shane, was that Sneaky Tom posting the fastest lap I saw?
Oh, has he?
I don't know. I'm asking. Can you have a look?
I am going to have a look for sure. Yes, he has with the 41.7.
Trying to keep an eye on Mantis. Right, so this is the lap really for Mantis. Because he's stayed out, so he's not come in, so he's quite happy. As Fragnister's round chain.
No way!
I don't know if there was contact or not. They're all very close.
He just never do good in a race. What is this?
He's 1.8 seconds off the back of this train, but it's alright. Train's up till 4th, so he's still got time. I know. See, it's not dry yet. Steve Spud's pulling on Cornish Mantis by quite a bit, but Mantis has got to try and stay. Oh, J-Ray! No! J-Ray's gone!
Oh, there goes the next one. We had a Haas, now a McLaren.
The train is getting split up. Sneaky Tom all over the back of Tichy. New intermediates versus old intermediates. Don't forget, if they're on the intermediate tyre, they do not need to stop. It is not like the dry tyre. Gap to lead, Shane, has opened up a little bit since we last checked in on them. 4.4 seconds now the gap. Between the leaders, we'll jump back to the battle for 4th place, which has been hotly contested all race. Shane, I've got a feeling it's going to be dry enough for the last couple of laps. Like you said earlier. Sneaky Tom down the inside of Tichy into the chicane. Spud's on the charge. It looks like he's just backing off and then pumping the fastest lap time wherever he wants to. A 4-on-1 for the Alpine driver, who's sensing he could get a point here, or double points, because Mantis is only just up the road from him. Struggling out on the soft top. The Wizard is in! Hold up! The Wizard is in. This is movement. Sygate's in. We've got movement from the front runners.
Shamrock is not in yet, so...
And the Wizard is on the soft tyre. Sygate also goes to the soft tyre.
Fragnister, my guy, is in. Everyone's speeding.
Everybody is in. Apart from J-Ray. J-Ray stayed out.
Because his teammate is in the pits, obviously.
Hang on. I'm trying to work something out here. I think Shane. Mantis is now going. In fact, yes, Mantis is now going quicker. So I think it is time to now. Let's see.
I was just about to point that out because Spud still has to pit. The Aston does not. So
No,
chances of Spud getting points slim.
it's now slim, but you never know. There we go. So it is dry. Mantis just put in a 39.2. That's 2 seconds quicker than anything else. Two spell is
to beat for now, and I'm pretty sure it's going to get beat.
Two spell is tucked up behind this McLaren. Needs to get past it. This is for the lead. Shamrock still hasn't pitted yet. It's got 1 sector to go as this track is getting drier and drier. Two spell still stuck behind the McLaren. You're going to see the grip difference, I think, through this last sector.
This McLaren's going to hold him up, and it's going to cost him.
Gone down the inside. He's gone down the inside of turn 11.
Okay, now he needs to push on because Shamrock is in the. I think he. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be very close.
It's about 28 seconds, I believe, or very close to something like that for a pit stop window.
Shamrock is out of the box. He is going to the lane. I'm seeing him turn the corner, and Shamrock is getting up to speed. The Wizard already up to speed. Shamrock is back on track and turning in for turn 1 now, and there comes the Wizard. Here he goes, about 3 seconds, just under 3 seconds. It is.
Shamrock realising it. ERS has been put to the floor already. 2.4 seconds. He's got a lap to get these tyre temps up to temperature. 2 seconds now is the gap. Wizard closing in further and further. Let's see what it's like as he goes down the main straight. 2 seconds now. X427's gone to the medium. Magnus is on fire. 36.5.
Shamrock is still he's still warming up his tires, so that could be a solution.
There was a
because the gap is about stabilizing now around those 2 seconds, 2.2, 2.1, 2 seconds flat.
Purple middle sector for the Wizard.
I think the Wizard's gonna do great in the third sector, judging by the first one. I think he's got better. I think he's running more downforce.
Yes.
For this part of the track, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah,
he's gaining time through the third sector. So this is what he has 3 laps. He has 3 laps left to get this down, because on the straight, maybe if he gets within DRS. But Shamrock has so much ERS left, so it's gonna be hard. He has to really put the foot down and put his car to the full potential into the first and third sector. But a 34.3 it is for to spell the Wizard. That is 1 extra point that he will be very happy with if he doesn't get first. It's like a consolation prize.
It is a consolation prize. There's a lovely little battle here for P6 at the moment between Tichy, X42 and S7. We are expecting, and more importantly, DRS open for Escobar as he goes down into turn 1. DRS is enabled, remember, ladies and gentlemen.
And that is another position gain. Let's go, my boy.
Can he gain? He's going to have to overtake Tichy and gain 3 seconds on the Alpine driver at the moment, who hasn't got a time penalty. Wizard needs to try and keep that gap at about 2.2 seconds, as they're both burning away ERS. Shamrock now down to 22 and Wizard on 48. He's got to try and maintain the gap through sector 1 and 2, and then, as you said, try and gain as much as you can through sector 3. He's got a couple laps to go.
Working. He got it down to 1.8, 1.7, and as we enter the third sector, it's only 2.2 again. That's the problem with the long straight, the very long back straight that we have here at France. Shamrock just puts it all down. ERS probably as well. So I think we might have our race winner here in the Williams.
We'll see how we get. Is he on any warnings? Or the warning situation?
No, I did see warnings. I saw when I checked for the lap time. I did see warnings. Shamrock has 2, and the Wizard has 0.
Oh,
so Shamrock is like one
away.
Crossing the white lines, and it's over.
So you have to push on. Tichy 33.5. J-Ray has got past 32.6 for J-Ray. He's got past.
He has used a lot of ERS, I can tell you that.
He has. Oh, and he's dropped it. We were singing his praises, and now he's dropped it. X427 on the mediums. That would be definitely.
The gap between Wizard and Shamrock on the straight is just flying up. We're almost at 3 seconds again. So it was really Shamrock warming up his tires, because now that they're heated up, they're good to go.
Nope.
But Sneaky Tom on the back of Red Mask, is he gonna get past in the chicane here? No.
It's gonna have to go again.
He has one more lap to do so.
The only problem he's got, though, Shane, is the ERS difference is massive between. I think he dumped it all lap to give it a go.
And J-Ray's out as well again.
Jerry spun round. Now down in 10th position. Mantis up to 9th.
You'll love to see it.
You do love to see it. A Sneaky Tom.
It's gonna go for round 2.
He is. Now, it's whether he's going to do it into the first corner, or is he going to wait and do it into the last corner. J-Ray spun again.
Those tyres must not be.
He needs to. It's a bit far off, but he needs to be careful because he's lost a lot of time to spud lap alone because of it.
He needs to get his tyres in check, and he's.
Yeah, he's spun again.
He needs to do it calmly, cool the tyres down, because if not, he's gonna keep spinning, and Spud is gonna run away with the point.
Spud is catching that one down. Gap to lead is increasing, so we've only really got one battle to keep an eye on. This is really helping as well. Tichy, who's got the gap down between himself and Sneaky Tom to 3.4 seconds. So
the gap is staying stable between Red Mask and Sneaky Tom. Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh!
It sounded like he nearly killed the man.
Red Mask clipped the curb on the inside and almost spun out, but he managed to keep the car. He slided to the left, then to the right, and managed to stay ahead.
As Shamrock rounds the last corner with a slight twitch at the end as well, so that was a little bit unsettling, to win the French Grand Prix for the time being. The Wizard crossed the line in second with 3.4 seconds behind. Side rounds out the podium.
Inside of the final corner. No.
Oh, he's thought about it. Red Mask under pressure all the way. As Sneaky Tom crosses the line behind Red Mask. Tichy will jump him because Sneaky Tom had 6 seconds worth of penalties. X427 ahead of Escobar. The Mantis, what can the Mantis do? Can he get a position?
Nope.
No, he can't. J-Ray. Well, J-Ray tried to throw it away. Spud only 11 seconds behind him in the end. So fair play to Spud because he's been at the back for the majority of that middle portion of that race, and the fact he stayed in to the end is a credit to the guy. J-Ray will come across the line after what was going to be a promising race. Unfortunate to, in some cases, to finish 10th. And Spud gave us a bit of an 11s there, and crosses the line in 11th as our final runner. Well, Shane, as always, changeable weather threw up a little bit of drama, but it was pretty much plain sailing.
Pretty happy with the ending of the race, seeing Sneaky Tom and Red Mask go at it. We've had 2 photo finishes earlier in the season. Now we get, every race seems to, every race it's hyped till the end of the race. I can tell you that. I used to say, when I drove in EU4, I used to say EU4 never disappoints, or EU4 always delivers. Well, EU3 does deliver as well this season.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. Don't take the results are provisional because I think there's a few overtakes under that safety car restart before the line, which I'm sure will be investigated by the looks of things. Having to look at the EU3 Discord chat. So for the time being, it's Shamrock is our winner. Two Spell is in second, Cygate third, and that is our podium. Red Moss fourth. Good news, Shane. That's his first points of the season. He's finally got them. So well done, that man. Tichy fifth, Sneaky Tom sixth.
Well deserved.
X427 seventh. Escobar, Frignista eighth. Cornish Mentis ninth. J Ray 10th. Spud 11th. And DNFs for Brando Foxy. And unfortunately, 3 Rock after the first lap. If you could invite the people, that would be...
Oh yeah, of course. Oh my god, usually I would have done that already, but...
That's fine, it's fine, don't worry about it. What should do, I'll put the show...
I am off my game today.
It's the first one back after our little break. Go and find
the Wizard, Shamrock, and Cygate. Wherever my guy Cygate is.
The Williams. It does need me to tell you this. F1 action is back this week after our break week. All tiers will be involved as normal. So that means AM3 is on later on this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. in the UK, and 3 a.m. for our European family. Crossplay 2 will be on tomorrow at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday. And it'll be AM2 in the evening as usual. EU2 and AM1 on the Wednesday, and an EU1 continues as they're now back in sync with everybody else this week, and they are on Thursday 9 p.m. UK time.
Oh my god, what a schedule!
Which is brilliant that we can still provide you with much entertainment as always. EU3 are round Belgium next week at the same time, 9 p.m. UK. 2 of the 3 are here, so whilst we wait for Cygate, if Cygate joins, I can't remember if he does interviews or not. We'll head over to P2 in the Fezzer. Just a 2-spell wizard.
Channeling the Michael in the rain.
In the rain. Did you enjoy the changeable conditions?
I did enjoy the changeable conditions. They were good fun. I'm just shame I bowled up qualifying, really.
Yes, it looked it was concerning how far you and your teammate were off the pace in qualifying. And I did fear that would be the same in the race, but it turned out it wasn't the case. How was the race as the whole? It looked like you got held up a little bit, and you couldn't show your true pace.
I mean, I had a slow start, and then I had a really good line around the outside of turn 2 on lap 1 and took about 4 people in one go. And then the McLarens parted ways down the Mistral Straight, and I went through both of them, but then I had a bit of contact after being stuck behind Red Mass. I think it was that bit where your wheels just sort of clipped together and we had a half spin. So the McLarens went back past, and they were really quick in a straight line. So
it was very poetic.
But then they pitted. So it was fine in the end. But yeah, Shamrock had a great start to the race, and I couldn't catch up to him. If it had rained till the end, I think I would have got him. But because I was looking after my tyres as well. And then I started off quickly on the softs when we redid it, but then I thought, Foxy's out. I'll take the 18 points. I'm not going to spin it. And fair play to him.
I mean, yeah, it was very poetic watching you and Red Mars spin in synchronicity.
Oh, I see. Was it
it was beautiful. I mean, obviously the McLaren's pitting again was little strange, but actually they managed to catch up to the back of the train anyway in the end. So who knows what could happen? But congratulations, P2. and the Wizard train marches on.
Aye,
Thank you.
aye,
Thanks,
we're
Wizard.
picking up points.
Picking up points, and not by jumping people on
As it
penalties
should.
this week.
Yeah, actual pace this week.
Who would have thought? That leads us over to our race winner. It's Shamrock.
Hello.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
You made it relatively after the safety car restart. Look fairly straightforward-ish. Apart from pitting a lap later than everybody else, and you kind of scared us a little bit, but you had enough time to cover it off.
Yeah, to be honest, that late pit stop was a bit nervy. I did shit a little on that one, but it was fine. It paid off in the end. I thought Wizard was going to try and conjure a spell, but it was fine. Yeah, I got away with it in the end.
Well, I mean, just about got away with it, but I think in the end the Wizard closed up, but then you seemed to just have enough to respond every time he got a little bit too close for comfort, though, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely. I think I enjoyed the stint on the inters. I felt I had really good pace after the safety car restart, so I just managed to pull away there. And then when I saw him going for softs, I was like, okay, it doesn't look like it's going to pay off if I go in with him. So I just stayed out an extra lap and then came in. And then I came out with like a 3-second gap, so I was happy days then to the end.
I mean, fair enough. It looked to be... it looked like you had a lower downforce setup than the Wizard, I think. You seem to be gaining a bit of time through Sector 1 and 2, but then the Wizard kind of got back at you through the last sector a little bit. I don't know. It was more evident.
Yeah, I liked the twiddly turns. That seemed to be where the gap was coming down.
Yeah, I think my wings were like 16, 20.
Mine were about 27, yeah. So.
Yeah, so 16, 20 is what I was running. I originally, like, my setup was like 15, 17. So I moved it from up to 16 to 20 rather than, because 15, 17 is just too low in the high-speed corners. So it worked in quali and it worked in the race, so happy days.
Happy days indeed. It is the third podium for yourself in a row and the first on the top step at the moment.
Thank you very much.
So congratulations. The Wizard, you are carrying on your merry way by finishing every race, when you do race, into the top 6. So you are now George Russell. Congratulations.
Oh, right. George Wizard.
Yes, you are George Wizard.
I'm George Weasley.
And Shamrock has closed the gap between the party that was in P5 to the top 4. So it looks like we could be heading towards a very interesting championship.
Here we go.
Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me, as always, and providing me and Shane with our Monday night's entertainment.
Yes, exactly. That's why we're here.
That is why we're here. Shane, thank you very much.
We like it, but for the content.
Yeah, the content. For the content.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks. I love to be here.
Shane will be very excited next week, and I'm going to have to try and contain him because hopefully he is here next week because he's been talking up so much. We're at Belgium, so I will leave in his expertise next week as it's going to be his home race. Thank you for those that have joined us. You've already heard the schedule because I've already done it. So that is fantastic news for everybody. We can now finish. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.